Hey guys, welcome back. So today we got a 2018 Hyundai Tucson. Customer complained that every time he turn on the AC, the check engine light comes on. But when I did my inspection on this one, there was no codes. But I noticed was every time I turn on the AC, my AC data, like the input, the switch, and the compressor data are all on, and then the compressor will turn off by itself, right? So I checked the AC pressure and I found that as the AC system runs for a little bit, the high side pressure will go high from 100 to 300 psi. So what I did was, just to make sure everything is okay, I removed all the refrigerant. I recovered only 12 ounce. The spec for this is 19 ounce. I did vacuum it and then recharge it again to the specification, and it's still doing the same thing. So I called the line because I don't think it's the pressure sensor that's making a bad signal going to our computer, because I removed that connector on our pressure transducer on the AC line pressure sensor. We got 5 volts. Every time I unplug it, it goes to 0, right? And the ground is good there. I plug back in and the signal will coincide on our reading, right? So, and I think I was thinking that maybe we have a pressure sensor that's out of calibration, but on our this guy here is our pressure sensor here, right? I think my high side gauge, this guy here, is not working. So anyway, I call this whole line here, right? That's part of our expansion valve there. Here's our part. We're gonna be removing our undercover there to access one line going to the compressor, and also we're gonna remove our bumper. There's this line here that's gonna be underneath. Wait. So that small line there, as you can see, is gonna go to that side of the, what do you call that? There's a joint there or something like that. So I need to remove the front bumper too. I'm gonna remove our mount, jack it up, remove it, so we can remove this whole assembly here. So yeah, I'm gonna recover first all the refrigerant, remove the undercover, and then let's remove that one line that goes to our compressor, and then I'm gonna remove quickly the front bumper. That's easy. There's just gonna be 4 clips here, 1 bolt, 2 bolts each side, and a screw on here. Your wheel liner here, remove the clips, and you can just pop it off, and we will see the other line there on the other side. So yeah, let me recover it first and we'll come back. Alright guys, so I remove our undercover. We're gonna be removing this line here, this guy. There's a 12 mm there. You just have to squeeze your hand. Is it 12 mm? Yeah, 12 mm. So I recovered the refrigerant in the system, and then I did quick vacuum just to get rid maybe the remaining refrigerant or something like that. Okay, 12 mm bolt. Come on. just wiggle it, because looks like I'm almost there. Here we go. Flat screwdriver. Okay, I can hear the hissing now. Okay, and it's out. So now I'm gonna be removing the front bumper. In this case, is there any connection? There is just a connection here for fog lights, right? Don't forget to remove that once you're a little bit out already in the front bumper. You can access it on the front, and in here, and we can access in here, but I'm just gonna do it in the front. And then there's just clips there and one screw that holds the bumper there, and yeah. Okay, so our bumper is out now. Which line was that? I think this guy here. It's kinda... No, that's the different one. This is the line here. Sorry. This is the line. Looks like there's some wetness there. Well, I know this one is not leaking though. That's what I know. Well, anyway, we're gonna remove this guy here. 10 mm. Wow, that's tight, man. Oops, and that's out. I'm just hoping that that line there, you can just squeeze in that line, not to damage anything, because I really don't want to remove this part here. So now, since we're here, let me grab a wood first, because we're gonna position our floor jack. Let's see here. So, oops. What? Okay, so usually I'm gonna position my floor jack. I'm hitting something. On that corner of the oil pan. Alright, that's it. We support it there for now. Now what's next? We're gonna move this aside here, this coolant reservoir, remove our ground, and that should be it. And then the mount, we're just gonna remove our TXV valve there and the mountings, right? Okay, so our coolant reservoir, 10 mm. So we'll put this aside if we can, like that. right? Our ground here. Move it on the side. And I guess that's it. Let's just remove our pressure sensor, AC pressure sensor connector. Remove that. And then I already supported our oil pan. I'm gonna remove our mount now. That's gonna be 17 mm. Aside, and since we're here already, I'm just gonna remove the base of this engine mount. Okay, so at least we have more space here right now. Our next will be gonna remove that plastic cover here on our TXV valve. That's 10 millimeter. Just a cover. Oh. And now, since we're replacing the whole expansion valve here, there's two 10 mm bolts there. So there's two 10 mm bolts. We're just gonna remove that. Oh my god, that's tight, man. Okay. Here, that's one bolt. Second one. Okay. So next will be, there's a bolt here or bracket, 10 mm. it's loose, and let me just remove this expansion bulb here. Okay, that's out. Now last one will be there's another mounting bolt here, so we're gonna remove that. It's 10 mm again, same thing. I don't know if my gun will fit in there. Okay, that's good, that's out. Okay, now we're gonna remove the line. Because I think, is there anything else? Yeah, there's nothing else there, so. Okay, so let's remove this guy here. I don't know how you're gonna remove this. Dripping coolant. It's dripping coolant. Put it aside. Now, how are you gonna remove this stuff? This side here, the one on the front bumper, it's not flexible enough. Oh man. Hey, I really don't want to remove the radiator assembly or this bracket here on the front. That's not nice. That's not good. Huh. Oh man. Okay, change your plans. I need to remove this guy here. That won't fit. Unless I'm just gonna remove the washer fluid assembly, because if it's like that, I'm gonna drain the whole cooling system. I don't want to do that too. I'm gonna try removing this washer fluid here. the fluid tank. Because the thing is, if I can get more space here, I think that should be enough. Okay, so I remove our reservoir. I just put some blocks there so that I don't have to drain the fluid. Now we're gonna try it again. I hope this will work. But yeah, let's try it. We have more space here now, which is good. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, so let me grab our new part. Okay, so here's our new part going in right now. I know you guys can't see anything what I'm doing in here, but I'm just okay, almost there. Okay, so we're just gonna line up the mounting holes here. Like that. Okay, let's put the bolt first, since I have space here right now because I don't have my washer fluid reservoir, so it's a good place to okay. Now I'm gonna tighten our bracket here. It's 10 mm. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna go to our TXV valve. TXV valve here. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's good enough. I'm gonna put our cover there. Okay, now let's put our pressure sensor here, connector, or we'll do that later. Let's just do this later. Remove that. Let's put our reservoir and the other line going to the front side, and then we're gonna do our line going to the compressor. Okay, so let's put this back on. FM volt. This one is for fog lights, the one I mentioned that you need to remove. Okay, so we're gonna install our line here. Make sure this one will sit correctly there. Okay. Just gonna double check the mating surface on that black connection and the line. So far it's good. Now before we lift this car up, I need to put our mount. So let me put our mount first. Whatever I remove on this side, we're gonna lift this car up. Okay, so I install our reservoir mount. So now I'm just gonna put our connector here for our pressure sensor, AC pressure sensor, so I won't forget. I just go in. That clip. Why is too stretched though? Let me cut that wire there, or the tape. Why is so stretched? The wire is so stretched. with that. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna lift this up and let's install our last connection there to the compressor. Okay, so we're at the bottom of the car, and then I'm just gonna install that guy there. Put our bolt on. Okay, that's good. So I'm gonna put our bumper on, and then we're gonna do the vacuuming of the AC system. Then we can try to charge it. Okay, so I put our bumper on. I'm gonna do the vacuum process to our AC system. We're gonna connect our low pressure first. It only goes one way because they have different sizes on the high pressure and the low pressure service port. And this is a 134A refrigerant. So on the 1234YF refrigerant, that has also different diameter, so the gauge or the service hose won't fit on the 1234 if you can try to put your 134A. So anyway, here's our machine, old machine. Just gonna open this, and usually I'm gonna go for 25 to 30 minutes of vacuum process. So I'm just gonna let it sit there until it's done, and then we're gonna recharge it. Okay, so I just finished charging. Here's our part number there for the tube assembly, suction, and liquid. That's what it's called. So we're gonna go inside first. So I left my machine there so that we can see our reading, right? So I'm just gonna go to our data. I'm gonna show you what data that I'm looking for. Because I know that the other machine that I use, the old one, that high side gauge was working, because when I vacuum it, it went down, right? But I got stuck only on, I think, around 100 psi, even though my AC pressure sensor here is reading around 300. So let me see, where's that guy? AC pressure, so that's 77 psi. That's the same thing on our gauge there. So I'm gonna start this vehicle. So our AC on condition is off. AC request from our control switch here is off, and AC compressor status on is off. So I'm gonna turn it on. So everything turns on. That's what I saw last time. And now my AC pressure here climbs up now to 120, 130, 150, I don't know if it's gonna go up until 300. Let's see. It's still going up. So something is still not fixed on this one. It's too high. Because I thought that with that suction line and everything, well, something, there's still a restriction. Let me just turn this off. Okay, let me close this. Maybe it's just... It's too high though. Usually I see that at around 150, maybe 200 max. And then low side will be around 40. But it's too high. Pressure just cuts off, or not the pressure, my compressor on. Turns on again. Turns off. Hey guys, so after that replacement of our line, it still didn't work, so I was contemplating on what's going on, and I think I don't know if I mentioned, if yeah, I said that there's gonna be another restriction because our high pressure side is just keeps climbing up, right? So I always say this when someone asks me for advice diagnosing AC, and I just bypass it. I don't know why. It's not an excuse, but anyway, I said, why is it like that? So I was turning on the AC and just visual checking, and I saw my cooling fan doesn't turn on. So this guy doesn't turn on. So I just went to our scan tool right now. Scan tool. I'm gonna do a actuation test or active test for a cooling fan. Where's that guy? Fan PWM, pulse width modulation. And then let's go look for the cooling fan here, just to see the data will change when we activate that. Oh. Fan. Okay. Graph. Got 10% PWM or duty cycle. That's 10% meaning 0. So it's off right now. I'm gonna activate this right now. Start. And as you can see there, it's just stopped, right? Nothing happens. It turned on earlier, but it didn't happen at all. And we can see on our data it shows here 79%. So now, just to double check that we got the signal from the PCM going to our module here on our computer. So basically, this guy has a 3-wire. We got big wire, ground, power, and a smaller wire. That's our signal wire going to our fan. So let's see here. I'm not all the way in. Okay, so I'm just gonna adjust the time base. I'm using my single channel scope. Okay, I'm just gonna change the time base. So right now, that's what it should look like, which is it's on right now. I'm gonna turn this off, and we can see our signal here. It's gonna change, right? So I'm gonna press stop right now. I can see that it's inverted to, it's off right now. Let me add more line here. So you see that this is off. I think this is off here, the bottom part of the waveform. So if I'm gonna start that, let me press the start, and you can see that it flipped, right? So it's gonna be on all the time. So I think we got an issue on my what do you call that, on my output here, right, on my fan. So I called the fan because it's not supposed to be like that. And also just double check you got good power in the red wire and you have good ground. I double checked already, I have good ground power. So now, and also because this line is very expensive, this is $1,000 list price. So what I did is I took it out, the new one, put in the original one. So I'm gonna return the new one because that's too much for the customer. And also what explains more why our pressure went up high, because the fan should turn on and the temperature is high there, so the fan is to cool down that condenser. So when the temperature goes down, the pressure goes down too. So I think when I was thinking about that, it seems to me that why my pressure keeps going high up and our cooling fan didn't work, right? So, and this second take, the misdiagnosis on the first one, we're gonna replace the cooling fan assembly. I think this is gonna be pretty straightforward. It's just this guy here that's out of the way. Just gonna be just some coolant that's gonna come off, right? Because we're gonna, it's either we're gonna remove from here, right, and this clamp here, or if I can access the clamp here and this side here on upper rad and flip the whole hose there, so we have space here to work on our cooling fan to remove it. So yeah, okay, so we're gonna try, where's the flashlight? Let me see if I put the flashlight here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna remove the connector here. Just gonna remove our connector in the cooling fan. Okay. Let's look at the side. Now we got what I call that, a bracket or a union for our rubber hose pipe. That's 10 mm. Aside, I'm gonna try to loosen this hose clamp here. You know what? So I'm gonna use this, my hose pliers here, a special one, especially this type of location of the clamp. So you need to just need to release that. Just grab a basin. We're gonna try to remove this guy. Okay. Okay, and we'll put that upper hose aside for now, because we don't need that. Okay, what do we have here? So usually there's just only 2 bolts here. Okay, so one each side, 10 mm. I'm removing this side first. Okay, it's out. And the other side. Okay, so one more. The lower rad hose is also attached to that cooling fan in the bracket. I'm gonna show you. I'm just gonna remove that 10 mm. Yeah, so 10 millimeter bolt there. So we're just gonna remove that. Okay, looks like this is good. And then we just have to pull it out because it's gonna be on the hook. Pull it out. Is there anything? So we just have to move this up the rad more. Hold it while removing this guy. Okay. So there's this mounting bracket here for our lower rad hose, right? So let me grab our new part. Here's our new cooling fan, and there's our part number there. Okay. So there's our new part. There's the whole assembly with our controller and the motor. The same thing. You just be careful here going back in. And also, I forgot. You know what, I'm just gonna put this slide on. I forgot. So this part here, these guys here, this is where the hook on our radiator, right? So you just have to pull it up and slide out. Right now, what we're gonna go is we're gonna go in and slide this in first. So if this won't go in correctly, your holes or for your bolt will not line up. I'm just being careful right now. Okay, so now I'm gonna try to go to the hook, line it up correctly. Okay. And then you will know that you're lined up correctly, or you're in the hook correctly, is your mounting bolts for the fan will line up there. So I'm gonna put that in now. Putting in our other side. Okay. Okay. So that's that. Now I'm gonna be installing our bolt for our lower rod hose there. Okay, now I'm gonna put our upper rod hose now. Put it in there, nice and snug. Just make sure that it's all the way in to the nut. Okay, looks like. Or no. Okay, there we go. Okay, just gonna put our bolt here. And lastly, most important thing, since we remove our coolant upper rod hose, right? And this is
If you're planning to use a new clamp, that should be fine, and a new hose, you can put anywhere the clamp. But since we're reusing the clamp, as much as possible you put where the clamp was, just to prevent some leaking, right? So as much as possible, when you put this old clamp back on there, that's in the same position as much as possible. It's gonna be a problem. And then, right. I push it too much. Oh man, that's not good. I pushed the thing too much. I'm gonna remove it. Okay. And I'm gonna release the clamp now. Slowly. Okay. So that's good. Now what I'm gonna do is don't forget your connector for cooling fan. Since my Scanto is still connected, let's try to activate our cooling fan, right? Okay, so I'm gonna turn on our fan right now. We'll press start, and we can see that. I don't know if you guys can see on the camera that our fan is on right now. I'm gonna turn it off again. Okay, you can see that slowing down. I'm gonna turn it again, turn it on. And that's working. So since we remove our upper hose and there's some coolant came off, right? I'm just gonna bleed the coolant on this one, recharge our AC system, and let's come back again and monitor our AC pressure and our AC system too, if it's gonna work or not, right? Hey guys, so I just recharged our AC, right? I just finished with that. So I got my aftermarket scan tool right now because I'm using my OEM scan tool. So I just have our AC compressor data here. AC condition on, AC pressure. I know it's not on the PSI. Let me see here. Okay. So now I'm on PSI right now here. AC request is on. My duty cycle here for a fan is here, right? So just take my my word for it. My AC is working fine now, which is a good thing. I don't have my temperature gun to show you guys on what's the reading on our vents, but what I'm very focused right now and happy on what's the outcome of our replacement of the cooling fan is our AC pressure. Last time this one will just start to climb up after a few seconds of startup. It will just start climbing up from 100 to 300. Max I saw was 400. So let me lower this fan here. So right now I know that this should at least, you know, play around 150, something like that. So right now I'm at 75 psi right now. I don't have my gauge to show you what's the reading there, but I'm happy that my AC is working now. So right now it's 108, 111. So most of the time it's like that, 100 to 150, depends on the ambient temperature. So I'm happy with this. I know I've been wasting like my misdiagnosis there. I called the AC line there. So, and I always tell them that to check cooling fan operation, especially on an AC system, complaint, refrigerant, you know. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. At least I showed you how to replace that, you know, that tube line assembly there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this misdiagnosis, but we end up fixing the whole issue, right? So that's the important thing. And I'm happy with the pressure reading that I have right now, and my AC is working, it's not cutting off, and everything is staying on here. So yeah, thank you again, and see you next time.